has been a historic ruling in Ireland regarding Northern Ireland's ban on abortion. Now, Belfast's High Court has ruled that some of the restrictive abortion measures in the country violate women's rights. In the circumstances given, this issue is likely to be grasped by the legislature in the foreseeable future, and the entitlement of citizens in Northern Ireland to have their convention rights protected by the courts, I conclude that the Article 8 rights of women in Northern Ireland who are pregnant with fatal fetal abnormalities or who are pregnant as a result of sexual crime are breached by the impunged provisions. Okay, so that was what Judge Mark Horner had to say, and let me just give it to you in a very simplified version. Straight talk, exactly. Right now, you cannot get an abortion in Ireland unless you're a woman whose life is in danger. Yeah. Your life has to be in danger and your psychological health has to be in danger in order for the country to warrant an abortion. Now, if you are pregnant with a fetus who has severe abnormalities and is unlikely to survive outside the womb, you're forced to bring that baby to term, okay? If you got pregnant as a result of getting raped, you are not allowed to have an abortion in Ireland. It has some of the strictest abortion laws in the world. Yeah. However, this ruling by the High Court in Ireland could mean that they could possibly change the laws. However, at this moment, it does not seem like they're going to. It's kind of up in the air, so we'll see what happens. But it's a historic ruling, it's the right ruling, and I guess we'll see how this develops.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing that if they can detect that it has fatal abnormalities, it's not going to survive, they still make the woman give birth, as if the process of giving birth is like removing a hangnail. Like, that is a dangerous, costly, incredibly costly, dangerous for the mom, involves the time of doctors who will now have to do that rather than tending to other people who potentially need their time. It's just amazing and unnecessary. It's just punitive. It's just smacking the women down for a chance thing that happened to a fetus. That it's not that these are evil women who just desperately want to have abortions. Yeah. Many of these women would have wanted to give birth to the child if it wasn't going to die anyway. Forcing them to give birth and then watch the child potentially die, or give birth to a child who has already died, I don't know what could be more evil.
Well, think about what's likely to happen for these women. They're likely to miscarry.
That's also, yes, also
when they're at work, when they're at home, wherever they are. And it's not only a physically painful process, it's also an emotionally painful process that will take a toll on them. Yeah. And so if you want to have a conversation about, oh, abortion's terrible, it actually leads to guilt and remorse and all these terrible feelings and emotions that women face, that's not true. Forcing them to have a rapist baby and forcing them to carry a fetus that has severe abnormalities, that has a psychological, impact. And so we'll see what happens. I want common sense laws, you know? And first of all, you know what my stance is when it comes to abortion. I'm very pro-choice. But at the same time, even if you're living in a religious country that wants to protect life from the moment of conception, there has to be common sense exceptions. And in this case, they don't have common sense exceptions.
Yeah, it's easy to see the progress that we've had in America on some issues, gay marriage, for instance, and to think, oh, you know, some of these these terrible conservative traditions that are generally have been brought about either culturally or generally religiously are starting to go away. And when we look to Europe, we think this is a place that is more liberal, more progressive than us, and in a lot of ways that they are. But there are still places like North Ireland, some places in South America where the lingering grasp of religion is forcing, in some cases, women, in some cases, everyone, to live in the 13th or 14th century.
Yeah, and
we've progressed, but not in every place and not in every way.
You know, another thing to keep in mind is whenever these laws are passed, they mostly negatively impact the poorest people, right? Because wealthy people, or at least middle-class people who can afford it, can just fly to a different country or travel to a different country and have the abortion. I'll give you some statistics. So women have been forced to travel to other parts of the UK to get abortions. By the way, abortion is legal in all other parts of the UK up to 24 weeks, okay? More than 800 women reportedly did so in 2013, and that's according to the Belfast Telegraph. So when the poorest people are forced to have the babies, well, they're in the worst position. They're in the worst position to
be harder to get the time off.
Exactly.
800 miles is not a short way. I mean, that's a significant expense.